I do like this. I do like this Batmobile, but I think it's more of the nostalgia for me.
Nah, bro, I'll tell you right now, it's not. That's not it.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. Thank you for joining us today. I'm John. This is Josh, and we're breaking down all the news from New York Comic Con
2024.
2024. That's right. Well, McFarlane decided to show up last week at our show, and they dropped a bunch of stuff. Well, they went over to New York Comic Con, and they are talking more stuff. They had a whole panel with like pictures. We're going to break it all down. Quick shout out, friends, Toy Arc. They're the ones providing all these photos for us. So thank you so much, toyarc.com. Check them out, friends. They're a great friend of the channel. McFarlane Toys, though. Here is a better look at the Batman versus Superman Wonder Woman here. Or is it Justice League Wonder Woman? I can't remember what the branding is on it.
It was Batman versus Superman 101.
Okay. Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, and when we saw it, we were like wondering how much of it is going to be reused compared to the Wonder Woman 84 version, which had a lot of issues, right? It was the long legs and it just like didn't look right. Can you give me a full body shot? Let me see. I still don't know, honestly. I still don't. It kind of, the thighs kind of look more muscular. I feel like the figure, because I have that figure because it was like $5, so I bought it because nobody wanted it. Right, it was so bad, nobody wanted it. I got it for $5. I feel like there's more muscular sculpt on this Wonder Woman, which is kind of nice because I feel like Wonder Woman should be muscular.
She's tough.
Yeah, I think this is new. I think this is new sculpt.
I'm hoping it is, but likeness looks really good too.
I wouldn't say really good. I would say it's good. It's an improvement from their previous figures, right? But it's like, it's not like, oh my gosh, that's Gal Gadot, but it's definitely an improvement from their previous 84 and Justice League figures.
All right, I'll give you that. I'll recede to that.
It's an improvement. All right. Yeah.
All right. And then a quick little update here. So the Armored Batman and the Nightmare Batman are going to get single release here. Now, this Armored one is not the broken, cracked face. And then this Nightmare is not the one covered up. And there's a reason for that. We'll get into it a little bit later. But here is the in packaging of the Doomsday and Superman figures that were teased on our show last week. It also comes with a little spear too, man. The
kryptonite
spear, yeah, which is cool. So really fun to get those shots in here. He's got a little more on his paintwork. He's a little more yellow. I wasn't noticing that in the shot. It was a darker shot. So
yeah,
but I'm okay with that. I mean, he's looking big and beefy. He's very top heavy, which he is in the movie, right? He's got little dinky legs, which is fine. And the Cavill looks great, dude, with the soft goods cape too, man.
Yeah, what's nice about this is I feel like the Doomsday is not proportionally kind of big enough to this 7-inch Superman, which is a good thing because I don't care about 7-inch. I feel like this Doomsday is going to scale perfect with your Maith or your Figure Arts or your Mezco, whatever Superman you have from like the imports. Yeah. I feel like this Doomsday is going to seamlessly fit with those.
There we go. We'll have to get some shots of that. That'd be fun. But here is the double pack that we talked about. Now, this double pack does come with a cracked head and the covered up mask. Now, I previously said that you were going to get both head sculpts. You are not. It is two separate versions of these toys. And we'll get into why a little bit later as well. But let's talk about the panel here. They were soliciting a Batman figure here, a regular figure, and they're starting to do the color chases. But now they're even going to be doing unique chase character. So you could potentially be getting a totally different character within as a chase within a line, man, which is crazy on Todd's end, man.
I get this, but I don't like it I'm looking at it from the collecting community's perspective. Yeah. I think this is the wrong move by talking to phone because he's trying to incentivize for people to buy things, but this is also incentivizing scalping. This is also incentivizing collecting for money. This is incentivizing all the wrong things I think about action figures, right? Action figures should be about you collecting something because you love it, not because you think it's going to appreciate in value. And so I just think this is the wrong thing. I was okay with color chases because if I'm a collector and I love this Adam West, the Batman, and I want this figure and I don't get the color chase, I'm okay because I still got my character, the person that I wanted. But imagine if like Marvel Legends or Black Series did this, where I was collecting Star Wars and like I was buying Commander Cody, but then you could get the Airborne 212 Trooper as a unique chase character. Dude, I would be pissed because I want the 212th Airborne Trooper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't like this. I feel like you should only do things where they're a variation. not a completely unique character, it's the wrong move by him.
It's crazy. Like yeah, we'll see what happens in regards to that.
Well,
Even like
we've already seen what's been going on
yeah,
with the color chase.
yeah.
I've seen scalping, and not only that, I've seen swapping and mass returns. What Todd
Mm,
McFarlane has caused, I've seen in Amazon that their people are buying like whatever they can, taking out the chase and returning the rest.
yeah, 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 100%. Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
that's going to make costs of shipping and prices for Amazon, and Amazon be like, what's going on here? Why are all these
Mm-hmm.
products getting returned? What's going on? It's just bad because of what the community is going to do because of this.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Like the chase, we've seen it. What's gonna happen with the color chase variants? Like even just the platinum like variants that would, like the army guy that was like a full army guy, and then you got the green army soldier as the chase, right? Like that stuff becomes just so wanted and needed, and people know that, and because it's already labeled as a chase, you get into like the Funko Pop world where like things are specifically labeled as that, and so people don't have to be like, oh, I know that that's a variation. I think they can just look at it and be like, that's a variation, buy it all up, and yeah, they could return it, they could scalp it. There's so many different things that can happen. So we'll see what this does, but it's probably gonna like
bad, McFarlane, bad.
All right, let's keep going here. We got another winter 2024 wave here. These figures are coming up here. We got Orion, Wildcat. We got Josh's favorite Aqua Lad. Go with your Electric Lad, or sorry, Lightning Lad.
Yeah.
And Superman there too. So just different variation of these characters, and again some deeper cuts, man, on these two, Wildcat and Orion, for the DC multiverse, man.
Wildcat looks sick. I think that the Daredevil wrappings and the little cat mouth and ears. I don't know, that figure
does look cool. Does look good. Orion, I think, is my interesting one here. Like, just what is this going on here, man? It helps him walk. Is he I don't know, something. All right, but then we're also getting a Justice League Task Force. This is an old Sega Genesis SNES game from way back then, and he is leaning into that pixel art, like that pixelization, that pixel aesthetic. And so you can kind of see here, you got Aquaman, Superman, the Flash, Batman from the game, and like look at that wild hair, dude. But look at the pixelation that you kind of NECA does with their like Contra figures that they do, the Predator figures too. But we're gonna get that, and it's actually a build away figure, and it's gonna build up the baddie from the game, Darkseid, and again in that pixel color.
This is cool. I feel like this is awesome. I don't know. Because I don't want another Superman and another Batman. I don't want another Flash. But when you give them to me in cell shading, I'm open to buying them because it's like, okay, this is the cell shaded. This is a different version. It has more unique paint apps. And also, sometimes they read really cool sometimes at certain angles, and you can get really nice shots with them because it just brings out the depth of the sculpt.
Yeah, like even on like Aquaman here, like you can just see like, oh, okay, that's the front of his pants and that's the back of it. Like you can just like you said, it reads better. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, cool to get the Darkseid too as the villain. All right, we're jumping over to Batman and Robin. He is giving us a 7-inch scale vehicle here, the Batmobile from that movie, man. I had this as a kid, man. I finally hit this point as a collector where like the toys I had as a kid are now getting remade as like fully realized figures. So this was kind of fun for me to see this Batmobile, man, and it's looking cool. Light up features,
just like the original, baby.
Just like the original, man. And here's the in-person shots here.
What the in-person shots look better than that digital render picture. Holy crap. That is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I love this. Like this console here perfectly captures Schumacher's Batman series, right? Just the wacky, fun, crazy colors for no reason. So
I even remember like that yellow bars on the side at the end. Yeah, like that's in the movie. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I do like this. I do like this Batmobile, but I think it's more of the nostalgia for me.
Nah, bro. I'll tell you right now, it's not. That's not it. It's not this nostalgia. That gloss finish, the size of it, the light up features. No, he did amazing with this.
Yeah, and it's cool that he's doing these figures and the vehicles from the movies, man, because that was a big part. Like the reason Schumacher's movies were like that is because toy companies were like, no, we need to make toys. And they're like, okay, well, we'll give them a new version of this Batwing. We'll give them a new outfit here, right? Like
just like the Star Wars, right?
Exactly. But like toy companies were in on the like directing, like, they were there making choices, producing or whatever.
Something I also saw was like with like Halo, they were saying video game sales have been down, but the reason why the property has just been able to like live is they said they reel in so much money just through merchandising, with their mega blocks, the figures, the
Nerf
hats, the
crossovers,
whatever it is, right? They say like Halo's become like kind of like a Star Wars where they're making more money off just the merchandising. It's kind of crazy.
Wow, that is crazy, man. It is crazy. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up, we got a mega figure. This is like a Swamp Thing variation.
Yeah.
So big boy, 12 inches. Like this is a tall Swamp Thing figure.
That thing looks really cool because you can see that they're using some parts, but there's a lot of new things going on. Like
like the head, the shoulders.
Yeah, because they had to have the flower pieces, on there, whatever those like flower formations are. It looks awesome. Yeah,
looks fun. And big boy.
And it even has like new hands, right? Those are like not the ones. These are more like Carnage-esque.
Yeah.
Because the other one had more rounded tips.
Yeah, new Swamp Thing there. Here is the wave for the Batman versus Superman. So you get the Nightmare Batman, Wonder Woman, you get Armor Batman, but then they also have a platinum Superman False God.
Dude, that is sick. Yeah. That is so sick. The Superman False God statue. Oh my gosh.
So you can pick up with the 2-pack and then also pick up this one to get the statue aesthetic, right? And it is all that, silver and stuff.
That is cool. That is such a great figure that I didn't know I needed, but it's such a good reuse, man. Good reuse by Todd.
100%. Yeah, as a statue figure. Yeah. Okay. So we saw this. This is the 2-pack here. Now look what comes with it. Right. The Nightmare Batman has his guns that he has, and the Armor Batman's all broken, and he also has the weapons that he has.
Grappling hook, weapon, crossbow.
These packs do not come with that. Okay. So that's the reason Todd is doing that is because he's specifically using this as a store exclusive, McFarlane store exclusive, and saying this is not a toy. So that is how he's getting around adding guns to a DC figures.
Yeah.
He's still getting his money and still like fulfilling his contract by saying, okay, well, there's that figure. There it is, main line, no weapons, you're fine. Oh, my exclusive, though, it's not a toy. You have to be 17 or older to buy it. And so now I can throw in guns.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious and smart, honestly. That's so cool, actually.
That's his workaround. So if you are seeing guns in these DC figures, it's probably going to be labeled not a toy or probably going to be an exclusive somewhere. So that's why we're getting those versions.
Yeah. And to be honest, it's dumb that he's forced to do this. It's smart that he's figuring out a way, but it's dumb that he even has to do that. Because it's like if somebody's wanting to buy these figures, they've seen this movie. This movie's violent to a degree, like not like insanely violent, but there's violence in there because there's superheroes fighting bad guys. There's people that shoot weapons. People shoot Superman all the time. He's bulletproof. So it's like, I don't get the thought behind that. Like if they're
it's just
they're consuming these figures, they're consuming the movies that you
media make. 100%. Yeah, like it's not just some kid like, whoa, that's cool, and then watching the movie. That could happen, but like, it is what it is. Here's another collector's edition here. So this is like, the nicer products, the $25 figures, just the figures, no build a piece here. But here's that trend, man, of that faceplate. So we got Lightning Lad, we got Grid, we got Mr. Terrific, we got the Green Lantern, Simon Baz, and then a Target exclusive Geoforce. So again, this is kind of the newer things that McFarlane's been putting out. We've talked about most of these figures, but they're coming with those faceplates, man.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like, I was dogging on Todd before, but so like he's also always tried to do his best by collectors. And I feel like he's like, okay, if I'm making these comic figures that have the same mold, I'm just changing paint apps, how can I make them better? And so he's adding value because they're these comic figures with faceplates. And like with Grid doesn't have it because Grid's a big figure. Like for $25, that's a big figure. Whereas like Marvel Legends will never do that. They'll never be like, okay, what can we do to do right? But they won't ask that question. Whereas Todd, he at least asks that question to himself and he follows through.
And sometimes he hits a home run, right? And then sometimes he doesn't. But he's he's able to do those risks, right? He's able to take those chances.
Yeah.
And that's I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Some more collector editions, right? These are the mintier ones. We're getting a Captain Cold, dude, just like a classic Captain Cold, a classic Supergirl with a super cat. I didn't know there was one. And then the Guy Gardner Green Lantern. So that Captain Cold, man, is a standout for me here.
For me, it's that Supergirl, man, with the super cat to go with the super dog. You're kidding me.
And don't forget Batman's dog, right?
Oh, yeah. And honestly, even I love the cat, but also just the Supergirl.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of the best Supergirls we've seen. You know, we got that more teenage-esque Supergirl where she's wearing more of the red and blue.
I think she's
But
Power Girl. Sorry. Power Girl. Yeah, it's Power Girl.
okay. Yeah, but yeah, like when you see her in like Injustice, you know, that's what I think of. Yeah.
Yeah. So really cool collector's editions there from McFarlane. Let's keep it going. We got a little multi-pack, little 2-pack here. We got, this is a Flashpoint Paradox.
Yep.
So that's Thomas Wayne, Batman, and then the Eobon Tharn or whatever. Reverse Flash. And again, we see guns here. So what does that probably mean?
Ah, dang it.
It's going to be an exclusive somewhere. Again, it's not a toy. Yeah.
That sucks, dude. Because, you know, ever since the Flash movie, I like wanted more. So I went back and watched the Flashpoint Paradox movie because that's, you know, what. And yeah, I loved it. So that sucks. Luckily, though, we've essentially already gotten this Flashpoint Batman, but we didn't get the head sculpt, right? And then same thing with the Reverse Flash. We just didn't get the head sculpt.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is back then, the mass release came with guns. It came with those guns, the mass release.
Dude, I got myself a Grim Knight.
Yeah, dude, Grim Knight, like modded AKs, yeah.
All guns, you know? And so it's funny. But yeah, all right. This is part of the McFarlane Digital. So Robin from Earth 2 and the Joker Silver Age, you can collect them to build Psycho Pirate digitally. So he's still doing this. He's still getting those out there in regards to that, you know, the NFT sort of thing. But there is a variant on the Silver Age Joker. So if you know, that one's fine for you, but you want a little black and white, you know, tux, not bad, man. Not a bad chase.
Well, like I said, keep it that way. Keep it where the color variations, no unique figures.
And then here's the platinum edition of Barry from the Flash. And again, this is great. I love this, dude. To get the Flash mask or whatever, the cowl down with the Wally West, you know, I think that's cool. All right, and then for the Batman animated series, 4 new figures here. These I think is honestly a good wave here, man. You're getting Hardak here. You're getting Phantasm. You're getting Bane and a little Poison Ivy. This is cool, man. This is a good wave from animated series Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. The more and more I see this line, the more and more I'm like, I just feel like it's coming together very well. I feel like you're just getting so many characters, and it's getting all the villains, all the heroes, and it's just nice when a toy company goes all in and they don't abandon it, right? Because then it just adds value to the previous purchases that you made. And so, and I feel like they kind of solved, you remember we were seeing kind of an issue with this animated series line where some of the female characters' heads were not proportionally correct to the actual how they were represented in the cartoon. Yeah. Whereas this Poison Ivy, I feel like the head is accurate to how it looked in the cartoon.
I think she looks exactly like the cartoon, honestly. And so does Phantasm, man. Like they look so good. So, but yeah, there's the 6-inch figure here. And then one last weird thing that they announced, Todd kind of did like an in-person thing. It's Justice League versus Kong versus Godzilla.
When did this happen?
I guess during Godzilla versus King Kong, they did like a little spin-off, little book or something about it. But here's a 6-inch or 7-inch figure from Todd, and then here is that King Kong. Now you're just getting shoulders and
swivel at the hip.
Swivel here, and that's from what I can tell it. So, and it may be like wrist too, but
yeah, wrist.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's just going for these big old figures. You know, Todd, he likes shelf presence is what is kind of his game, and so this will definitely get it for him.
No, man. When I see this, I'm like, what the freak is the point of this?
Me too.
It's dumb. Like, dude, you know, I feel like this segment has epitomized my relationship with Todd McFarlane. Where like there's like things I'm just like, what are you thinking? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, I love you, Todd. You do the right thing by us. And I was like, this is amazing. This sucks. It's just back and forth with this guy, man. Yeah, what is this?
Yeah. And so we'll see what the Godzilla does, but like, yeah, I feel like this is just like really soft rubbery plastic, you know.
That's what it is. Yeah, more like a roto.
Yeah, exactly. So
roto sculpt.
We'll see, man. It's Todd. You know, he's gonna do his Todd thing. It is.
I love you, Todd. I love you, Todd.
All right. Well, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the McFarlane segment here from New York Comic-Con. Josh, what's your pick of the segment? There's a lot, man.
Yeah, there's a lot. I really like the Power Girl. I really like the Doomsday. Let me think. Oh, the car, the freaking Batmobile. Now I'm gonna go with Doomsday. Doomsday. I'm excited because it looks like it can fit with 6-inch.
Crossover a little bit, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go with the Batmobile, man, and I'm purely off nostalgia.
That's how you always pick, baby. That's your pick.
Yeah, I always go from the heart. Josh uses his head, so that'll be my pick of this segment, friends. Let us know down below what you guys were feeling from Todd. Maybe you're unhappy with him. Maybe you're happy with him. We'll see.
Are you both? We're both.
Maybe you're both. Yeah, we are kind of both. I put respect on his name. That's
Yeah.
for sure. All right. Well, let us know down below, friends, your pick. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.